ladies, I'm sorry if it's whack in the beginning. Like, give the man some time.
Yeah.
Let him get to know you. He can always get better. When someone loves you, they're gonna want to please you more. So they're gonna work harder.
That girl right there, she my family. That boy right there, he my family. Family. I do this here for my family. We do it all for the family. Family. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
It's your boy VA with your girl AA, and we back at it again. It's time we are tackling the topic of sex on the first day.
Whoa, X-rated.
Let's get it. First off, how y'all been? You know, every time we come back for a new week, it's like more stuff been happening. More crazy stuff around this world, you know. We've been good. We've been hanging out with the boy, Nico. Been getting our little family time on, as everybody has been doing, unfortunately, because of Corona out here snatching people. So, you know, we're trying to get our family on, stay close as ever. Hope y'all doing well out there as well.
With summer approaching, it's important that we stimulate our minds. You could go for a walk, you could listen to music, you can pray, you can meditate, you can, okay, move over here. You can, call your friends and have conversations. Anything in order for you to keep yourself sane from the insanity, for sure.
Make sure that try and find different hobbies with your partner that you didn't do before. There's other ways that y'all can connect versus disconnect. A lot of people getting displaced from their house, getting kicked out, breaking up. You never know what can happen. So just try and find ways to come together. And we've been trying to do that too. Give different things to Nico that hopefully stimulate his mind and keep us from going crazy. Because golly, that boy don't want to sleep ever. Stay up.
He is a wild 2-year-old boy, and the parents out there that have multiple kids, I commend you because we have one. And
you drive me up the wall.
Oh man,
like, I really want to have another kid. I don't know.
But yes, we are.
So with today's topic being sex on the first date, we decided to break it into 3 different categories. So the first one we're going to go over today would be sex on the first date or whenever. There's no real determination on when they decide to have sex. Those type of people are going to usually be the people that have no attachment issues. Sleep with you one night and forget you the next day.
Basically like nomads.
Yeah, basically. Most of these people usually like alone time more than they like together time with a partner.
They're like introverts.
Yes, but not even so much introvert, but just when it comes to the partner aspect, they may be an introvert. You never know. These people just have different ways of interacting when it comes to a partner. They just like their alone time way more than they like you, unfortunately. And that can be a detriment, but if you know what you're dealing with, and it's really not that hard, it can be a blessing.
Sex on the first date, or if you want to have sex on the first date, there's really no rules saying that you shouldn't or should. So it really depends on you, actually.
These people get attached on a more deeper level. They will take more things, more time, more experiences with a person for them to be attached to them.
And it all depends what you see, what you think sex is. If you hold sex to a high standard, then you're likely not going to have sex on the first date. But if you feel that you're able to have sex with anybody, then you're the type of person that you can just have sex on the first date and not affect you.
This is a new era, so a lot of people that are on Tinder, that's probably the perfect app for them type of people. They can
sex
definitely,
on the first date.
Meet people, have fun, and not feel like they need to be attached to the person. The next day, they can forget them if they want to. It's not a big deal. You really know what you're getting with the app. There's many of them, and there's a new one every day. Those type of people, again, would thrive on there. But this next type of person, the person after that, may not. So let's go ahead and get to the second type of person. So the second type of dater that we wanted to discuss would be the person who would have sex after a certain number of dates. These people are going to be those type of people that would like to either keep a certain type of status about themselves, or they want to set a boundary for how long I should wait before I actually take that step to the next level. That's very commendable in my eyes. But again, it's going to be catered to your personality. Some of these people are going to need to take those couple of days in order to get to know somebody to feel comfortable enough to be able to do something like that. For them, taking it to that next level of sex could be literally to the next level for them, as in, okay, that means that this should be going down a certain road, versus the first person we talked about, they could easily be intimate and then go down a separate path and not even know you again the next day, and it wouldn't bother them. For me, I always like to get to know the person before I actually take that second step. I have had those situations though where I have been intimate on the first date, but personally, it's been more memorable and it's been something that could lead to something when I've waited to get to know them. And that's what this is all about. Finding what works best for you. Because last thing you want to do is base your dating goals on what your friends do. Because again, they could be on that first level where they have no attachments, but you may not be like that. It's really something you have to find deep down inside. You can't just expect to figure it out on the first try. I suggest you date many people if you can, get to know many types of people and figure out what type of realm you are going to fit yourself into.
What realm is this?
Some people, they really hold sex to a high level where sex to them is number one priority in a partner. And so sometimes I feel that sex in the first date may actually be the best thing for you. Because if sex is important to you and you're trying to find the right person, then it's perfect. But as you know, some people are more attached than some other people. So if you are the type of person that can have sex in the first date, sex is important to you, then go for it. When it comes to sex, it all depends on you and your morals and what you're comfortable with. Hey guys, if you like our video, please hit like below.
And if you want to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to become a part of the team.
Yeah.
Right, Squadddddddd. Let's get it. All right, so that's actually going to take us into our third type of person, which would be the sex only after being in a relationship. Now, what she just said honestly might work for someone who's in this sex only after being in a relationship type thing, because if you're going into it and you're basing who you're going to be with based on how they are in bed, maybe you should do the opposite of that and find someone that you can be in a relationship before you're intimate. That way, this time around, maybe it didn't work in the past with a future person because I based it on sex, but this time in return, let me flip it and try to get to know them first and see if I can put the sex as an afterburner versus having it the main focus of your relationship, because that doesn't work for some people. Some people, that can be, the main motivating factor. They can keep you together a long time, but it doesn't usually last forever.
So what do you think? Should we have sex tonight?
Ugh. Sounds awful.
Unfortunately, because something could happen where you can't be as intimate as you once were. Lord forbid that happens, but that could happen. Or you could just grow out of it. There's phases people go through in life where they're more intimate, and then there's times where they're not feeling it, and there's things in life that can impact you to cause you to be, one way or the other. But with that being said, if you're basing your relationship on that, once that factor is gone, what do you have left? And that again is going to be why maybe you should get to know them first before you get intimate. If you know intimacy is huge for you, because what if the sex is great? First date you do it, or after 2 dates or 3 dates, it's great. But do you really know this person? Now
What
you
if
may
the
be
personality sucks?
Right, now you may be attached to this person based off the physical when maybe y'all aren't in sync mentally. You haven't given yourself that chance to know. So there's just so many things that you have to factor in, and sex is just a small equation. It should honestly be the cherry on the top. It should never be your whole Sunday. And unfortunately, for most people, it is. I myself have found myself in this situation in previous relationships. Being in this one, I was able to totally change my experience. For us, our actual experience when we first got together was we waited to be intimate. We waited
Like 3 months?
Probably maybe.
Yeah, I think, no, 3 months.
Was it?
I think it was 3 months.
No,
Yes.
no, wait a month. 'Cause we I met you in July.
Okay.
And we were dating by August. Like officially dating in a relationship.
But that didn't mean I gave it up.
Oh, my lady.
So let's go ahead. 3
Definitely.
months.
It was
No.
a month. It was a month. Either way, it doesn't matter if it was a month, if it was 2 months, if it was 2 weeks. We waited until we got to know each other and we were actually in a relationship. We didn't set no boundaries. We didn't say, oh, we can only do it once we get in a relationship or only after a certain amount of dates. We decided, hey, let's just get to know each other.
So as he said, we waited till after we got to know each other. And personally, it's because I was in a place where I felt that I wanted to be in a relationship. And so I didn't put pressure on myself to see whether or not, it was gonna work out based out of sex. Because as he said, sex should be the last piece. An icing on the cake. The benefits of waiting to be intimate with somebody is getting to know him and slowly falling for him made sex even way better.
Sex can always get better. I don't care where you think you're at as far as your sex game. Like, once you get to know someone over a year, 2 years, 3 years, there's things you find out about them, what they like, what you like. You change as you get older. Your partner's gonna change. So, ladies, I'm sorry if it's whack in the beginning. Like, give the man some time.
Yeah.
Let him get to know you. He can always get better. When someone loves you, they're gonna want to please you more. So they're gonna work harder to please you.
And you can tell them what you like, what you don't like, and these are things that once you get to know the person, you're comfortable enough to tell them, hey babe, can you do it like this, or can you do it like that? Versus being on the first date, unless you're really blunt and be like, hey, I like it like this. Other people are not as blunt, so I think the benefits definitely of waiting to have sex is greater versus having sex with somebody on the first date.
Right. I mean, there's just so many different things that can go wrong on the first time you try to be intimate with a person. And just give them some time to work on it. You never know. It might be the best love you ever had, but because you might have based off the first 1 or 2 times, you could be losing out on something great.
Exactly. So our advice is wait.
Wait.
Okay.
Hey, that Rihanna.
No.
Okay, guys, those are the top 3 daters that we have defined. Hope this has helped you. Hope you can use on your next date. Apply it, see how it works, see which one you are, 1, 2, or 3, and determine, hey, maybe I want to do this, maybe I want to do that. But either way, I'm gonna figure out what works best for me, boo-boo. Self-care first.
Yes. And
Yes.
speaking of self-care as well, as I mentioned earlier in the video with Corona, make sure you guys stay healthy, stay blessed.
Rock the mask, man. Keep it on.
Yes. And it's important that
See
you
them
keep
sexy eyes.
social
Sexy
distancing.
Yes, sir. Until next time, we love you. Hope to see you soon. Deuces.